Hey, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Exploring RuneScape in 2004, where I explore the historical differences between old school RuneScape and RuneScape in 2004. If you're new to the series, then please check out the playlist in the description and watch at least episode 1, which will answer every question that a new viewer would have. In the last video, I went very heavy on the agility training. I got all the way up to level 72, and I'm happy with that. I don't think I'll be training agility for a long time. Since members came out on March 29th, the majority of my time has been spent training agility, so it's gonna feel good to move on to other stuff today. While I've been editing the last video, as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of woodcutting, trying to get a head start on the money making because I don't really have a big cash stack at the moment, but I've also not really needed GP for anything since I've just been doing agility. Here's the plan for today. I want to unlock the best in slot gloves in the game. Not these gloves, these. I think a lot of people are already aware of Clank's gauntlets from Underground Pass being the best in slot gloves at the time, but what a lot of people may not realize is that the steel gauntlets you get from the family Crest quest have the exact same stats as Clank's gauntlets. As you can see me going back and forth, they have the exact same stats, which means if you want to get the best in slot gloves in 2004, you don't have to do Underground Pass. You can do Family Crest instead and still get that sweet +2 strength bonus. And you don't even have to keep them as steel gauntlets because whichever one you turn them into, whether you get the cooking gauntlets, the goldsmith gauntlets, or the chaos gauntlets, they all have the exact same stats. However, there is one catch with these, not related to the stats, but something that we're all used to regarding the gauntlets, which is that in 2004, whichever option you choose to make the gauntlets into, you cannot change them. They did not add the option to change whatever gauntlets you pick until August of 2005. So whatever you choose to turn the steel gauntlets into, you cannot change your choice and you'll be stuck with that on your account. We have been very spoiled because from the start of old school RuneScape, taking the 2007 backup, we've always been able to change the gauntlets. And even as of more recently in 2016, we've been able to have all three of them at the same time, and a lot of you probably didn't even start old school until after 2016, so for a lot of you, you've never even known any other way besides being able to have all three of them at once. So that's going to be the plan for today. Get the Family Crest quest done, which I have all the requirements for except for 59 magic. I have 58 magic, but it is boostable, meaning I could get a Wizard's Mind Bomb and very easily boost for that, but I want to get the Mage Arena cape as well, which requires 60 magic, and you can't boost for that, so I may as well feed two birds with one scone and just go straight for 60 magic right now. I just started chopping magics right at the end of the last video, and I had pretty much none to start with. Let's see what the stack is up to now. You can't even tell where my magic logs are because all the logs look the same, but I know where they are. It is this stack. I have 172, which is basically 172k. It shouldn't take very long to get these couple of magic levels, but what I was thinking is I could go to the fire giants in the waterfall dungeon, save spot them, and maybe see if I can get lucky with the rune scimitar to make some of the GP back. As I'm grabbing Glariel's amulet out of the bank, I almost grabbed the gnome amulet, and I got some serious flashbacks to back in the day grabbing the wrong amulet and then not being able to go into the waterfall, which, by the way, if you're newer to osrs, you may not even know that you used to have to be wearing Glariel's amulet to be able to enter the waterfall dungeon. And you know what else is crazy? That even to this day in osrs, the model or the sprite for Glariel's amulet is the exact same thing still as the gnome amulet. It's even worse if you mess up or bring the wrong item in 2004 because it is such a trek to get there. Let me pull up the world map. There's no games necklace until November of 2004, so to get there you have to, I don't even know what the best way is to get there. Maybe running from the tree gnome stronghold from the spirit tree or going through the coal trucks. Here's the gear I'm rocking. It is far from best in slot, but even if I had best in slot, I don't think it would change the DPS that much because I don't know, it's just like a little bit of change to magic accuracy. But for the amulet, I don't have an amulet of magic. It's very cheap to get. The amulet of magic and the glory both have +10 mage accuracy, so either of those would be best in slot. I don't have any magic accuracy legs, but the Zamorak robe bottoms, I believe, is the best in slot. And then for the best in slot top, that'd be the blue wizard robe, which has the same stats as this, the black robe. This is my first time going back into the dungeon since finishing the quest. Let's make sure I'm wearing Glariel's amulet. Head on in, please. Don't boot me out. Yeah, we made it in. The shadow spiders drain your prayer, but let's see. Oh my god, that drained half my prayer. Holy. Okay, let's get here, get to the safe spot. I didn't realize it drains that much prayer. Have they always drained that much prayer? I need to hop worlds too. I hope it's not hard to find the world. I just realized this probably isn't the... Oh, well, just know I said hey to you. I couldn't type it fast enough. Oh yeah, even to this day, it does drain by half the amount of your remaining prayer points. Yeah, I'm realizing maybe this wasn't the best decision to come here to Fire Giants. I should have known that they'd be packed on every world. Also, what's up, Jay? I've seen the videos. Keep it up. Yeah, I mean, every world has people in this. Like, I can't use this side. There's no way I'm going to find an empty spot, but maybe in the middle section, maybe there's safe spots there. I don't really know offhand. Close the door behind me, of course. Okay. Oh, I can see right away how this safe spot works right there. I'm trying to figure out what's like appropriate to do because I don't know if you're supposed to have multiple people here. I guess it does. Okay, cool. Let's select the style, click there, and now, oh, they're higher level than me, so I got that. Okay, cool. Now we're all set to start training mage. Oh, this is my first time doing combat since members has come out. There's no grimy herbs. They are unids, unidentified herbs. My first time getting blood runes. 5 blood runes. I just looked up the cost of them. They are currently selling for about 500 GP each. And also when I typed blood in here, blood talisman popped up. That must be like an unreleased item that was in the cache. That's interesting. That's showing up on the website like that. There's 59 magic, fire blast unlocked. One more to go. I can't forget at the start of the videos, I do like to show the high scores, or what my high scores are currently sitting at. So right now, starting off the video, I am overall rank 97 and 1060 total level. I only have level 9 herblore. I do need to get to level 10 so I can do the Digsite quest, but let's see if I can identify any of these herbs or if they're all gonna be too high of a level. Oh, there's one. It was a Guam. First time identifying an herb. Yeah, I could only clean that one. Or it's not clean, it's identify. You clean grimy herbs, you identify herbs. Wait, yeah. Herblore is probably the most difficult skill in the game to train right now, and because of that, most people can't identify the vast majority of the herbs, so most people will have stacks of unids in their bank and not know what they actually are. The average herblore level in the game is probably like 15 or 20. You know, in a much more matured economy, like if this was actual 2004, most people would probably be able to identify maybe at least half the herbs in the game because there's a well-established economy and it would have been around for years because herbs were in RuneScape Classic as well. But this is interesting because we are only a few days into a fresh members economy, which makes this the only time in the game where like people genuinely won't know what their stacks of units are in the bank. Because if you didn't have the level, you could trade an herb to someone or one of your friends, have your friend with a higher herblore level identify it and tell you what it is, and then you know what that stack is. But most people probably don't have any friends that have the herblore level to identify even like a Ranar. No way, I just got that rune scimitar. Hey, I had to go there because the fire giant got aggro onto me, and then that was the one that gave me a rune scimitar. That's awesome. That is a 1 out of 128 drop, and they're currently selling for around 20k GP in the market, where they out for about 15k. I feel like the whole concept of unidentified herbs wasn't really well thought out. I think it would have worked better if this was a single player game, but because of the whole trading and economy, I feel like it doesn't really make sense when you could just identify the one herb in the stack. But what we're going through right now for these first few days or weeks of members, I think that was the intention that they had in mind, that players wouldn't figure out how to do it. It's not that we can't figure it out, it's just we physically cannot because there's not enough herbs in the game. There's not enough players to have that many herbs for people to get the level for them. Fire Giants drop 12 rune arrows at a time, and people are buying them for about 200 GP each. So that's a 2.4k drop, which is also nice because they're equipable in a slot I'm not using. Next hit is going to get me the level 60 magic. Is there going to be a message here after? Now charge earth orbs. No message about the Mage Cape. I went through a lot more death runes than I thought I was going to. I used up about 1k. People are selling death runes for about 100 GP, so I basically just spent 100k to go from 58 to 60 mage. How many kills did I do though? Well, I can calculate that by looking at the prayer XP I showed at the start of the video that I had. It was 52 kills. Felt like a lot more. I got a Marintil and a Guam. I'm so close to that herblore level. I don't want to have to waste another lamp on it. I mean, it probably would be in my best interest to use lamps on herb anyways instead of herb. I could just make an attack potion actually, worst case scenario. I'm getting the quest items now, and there's a bunch of fish I have to get. I think I should be able to get all these in Catherby except the salmon, but I already have a bunch of salmon. Dude, that was tripping me out trying to get to this fishing spot right here. I was standing here, and I clicked on it. I was like, why am I going all the way around? This rock is in the way. Is it like that in OSRS? It's been so long since I fished in Catherby. By the way, that's a crazy harpooning animation. It looks so wrong. I'm going to throw my back out doing it that way or something. I went there in OSRS to check. I can confirm the rock is not in the way of the fishing spot here. Or is he? There is family crest started. I have most of the items on me. There's a couple more that I have to buy, but I'll just get them along the way. Even though Slayer Music has a bunch of 2004 Scape specific quest guides, I kind of find that I like using his old school RuneScape guides more, at least for what I'm trying to get out of the game, because this way it's easier for me to see the differences between old school RuneScape and 2004 Scape. And like, here's an example right here. It's a very subtle difference, but this guy you have to talk to, he's in a different room. He's in this room with the red dot on the mini map. But in 04, he's in the western room. In old school, you know those ruins that take you to the dungeon below Witchhaven? This is how they look. It's old ruins, crumbling, falling apart. The staircase is not very well kept up. In 2004, this does not look like ruins whatsoever. This looks like some kind of well-upkept ritual site with a nicely maintained ladder going down. Man, everything looks so more medieval. Like, look at the walls here and then compare it to old school RuneScape. You know what I mean? Everything's so, I don't know, matte and blah and the same, but the walls are so realistic. In OSRS, there's way more than 2 hellhounds in this room, and this room is also a lot bigger. Hellhounds do drop hard clues in 04. The drop rate in OSRS is 1 out of 64, but in 2004, the drop rate is 1 out of 128. This is coming directly from the source code. Dude, these anti-poisons are so expensive from the shop. It would genuinely be cheaper to buy Marintils. People are selling Marintils for like 100 to 200 each. I could just buy Marintils and then kill unicorns and then save GP, but I just need 1, maybe 2 for the quest. Not wasting any Runecraft XP on my way to the Jellyboar Inn. In 2004, Jonathan has a wizard hat, and I see what he's covering up, because in 2007, you could see all of his hair, and he looks like he went a bit gray, or maybe he bleached it. Here we go into the wilderness. Something that works out to my benefit is that there is no telly block in 2004. Plus this fight is only in like level 2 wildy, so someone would have to be within that combat level range, which would be somewhat unlikely to happen. I think the biggest risk to me would be DCing at a very unfortunate time. I also forgot to restore my prayer points. Tends to happen a lot, but these spiders are like right there. Okay, let's do it. Pray melee. Oh, the spider's on me. Can I could go over here and then log out, right? Because it's still aggroed onto me. I'm just going to log out. I had used all 4 of the spells. You have to make sure you don't splash. As long as each time you use the spell it says Chronos on weekends, that means you didn't splash, at least in old school. I used all 4 of the spells already, so now it's just a matter... Whoa, wait, he's almost dead already. That was fast. Okay, there we go. There's the final piece of the crest. I kind of want to get... I didn't even have to use any food. I kind of want to get a thumbnail here. I'm going to wait for him to respawn for that. Here we go. Put the pieces together for the family crest. Talk to him. And this is the quest completed. You got 1 quest point and the steel gauntlets. Let's put those suckers on and check out the stats. Boom. 2 strength bonus. Best in slot gloves obtained. If I drop these, can I talk to him again to get dupes? Would you like them back? Yes. Here we go. Yeah, it worked. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. When I dropped them, did they disappear? Was it in the chat box? Did they? Wait, hold on. Let me check again. Oh, they do disappear when you drop them. Don't drop your steel gauntlets. The 3 options you could turn these into are pretty much the same as in OSRS. The chaos gauntlets increase the max hit of bolt spells by 3. The goldsmith gauntlets increases the XP of smelting gold or superheating gold as well by 2.5x. Goes from 22.5 XP to 56.25 XP. And then you have the cooking gauntlets, which it's technically the same. It's just some of these foods don't exist yet. In OSRS, these are the foods that cooking gauntlets work on, but the Kayat, monkfish, and anglerfish don't exist yet, nor do they exist in real life. So the only 3 fish that you can use the cooking gauntlets for in 2004 is lobster, swordfish, and shark. Out of these 3 fish that exist in the game, shark is the only one that you never stop burning even at 99, but with the gauntlets you stop burning them at 94. And I was thinking about if I do decide to go for 99 cooking, I probably wouldn't have the funds to buy a bunch of sharks in bulk and it would end up taking more time to buy sharks and sell them a few hundred at a time or 1,000 at a time every hour. And so I probably wouldn't be cooking sharks anyways, which leaves us with lobster and swordfish, which you stop burning at level 74 and level 80 on a range. But XP wise, that's really not too far away when you consider like getting to level 74 and then going from 74 to 99. Because I mean, realistically, lobsters would probably be the thing I would end up cooking to 99. The Chaos Gauntlets I don't really care for either because I can just use the blast spells and death runes are cheap enough relative to OSRs. At least death runes are only 100 GP. There's not really even people that sell Chaos runes either. I mean, the only sell offers on the marketplace are from yesterday and they're for 80 or 90 GP each, which is almost the same as death runes. That leaves us with the Goldsmith Gauntlets. They give you 2.5 times XP when you smelt or superheat gold, which isn't really even that useful either, but I feel like out of the 3, that's the one that I could potentially get the most benefit from. But I don't plan to train smithing or mine gold anytime soon, so because of that, I am not going to be deciding today or in this video, which I'm not even wearing them, what I'm going to make the gauntlets into. I'll leave that for future me to worry about. If any of you are struggling to decide as well, there's an Forescape YouTuber named Garlic who made a very in-depth video about the pros and cons of each of the 3 things you can make the gauntlets into, and I'll link that video in the description. When I go to bank my magic logs, I can run the whole time without running out. I've been running to and from the bank, and as you can see, I get back with plenty of run to spare. If I chop down all 3 of the trees and I have a couple inventory slots left, and I don't want to run south for the other magic trees, and I don't want to wait for these to respawn, there's a couple unicorns running around the area, and I can kill them on the way back to the bank for the horns. Genie, I could get my 10 herblore now, but I'm just going to make potions for it, so yeah, I'm going to go back to putting them on prayer. I only put 1 on herblore in the first place. Here's a trick for banking. Normally when you want to bank, you have to right click and then use quickly, so it's a 2-click bank, but every bank booth in the game that doesn't have a banker behind it, like this one for example, there's no banker, you can left click and it opens up the bank. Because normally if you were to left click on the bank, you'd have to go through this dialogue, but not for the bankerless booths. It's getting pretty late right now, which means I am going to go do Mage Arena. And let me just show you, because I'm wrapping up my woodcutting session for tonight. This is where I'm currently at. Oh, exactly 400 magic logs. It'd be cool to get to 1k, because 1k would be 1 mil. Yeah, that'd be good. Like making my first 1 mil from magic logs. I feel like that'd be really iconic. This is my first time doing any trading since Members has come out. I've kind of been doing my own thing. I've been questing, been training agility, nothing that's required any GP. But I do want to buy some prayer pots. I think 2 should be good. They're like 2.5 to 3k each, so let's see if anyone's selling pea pots. This guy's selling 3 doses for 2k each, so that's what we're doing. Nice. That's like 5 prayer pots. As I'm decanting these, I gotta be very careful to not accidentally drink them. It doesn't help either that you can't even tell that it's highlighted, that you have it selected. You gotta do it that way, because every sip I take is very expensive. I don't want to misclick. Also, it's very important to save the vials too. Vials are worth a killing. Okay, let's do it. We're going in. I did remember to restore my prayer. I am full prayer right now. Oh, I forgot to switch my spell. There's only 25 people in this world, and I'm also in combat, so shouldn't be anything to worry about. If this was OSRS, I would do prayer flicking, but because of the way things are in 2004, you can't prayer flick. I mean, there's a way you can like time your attacks right to get the auto retaliate so that the monster's attacking 1 tick before you. But it's a very specific timing that I don't care to figure out right now. This is Clodian's final form, 4 prayer points left. Am I gonna have to sip a prayer pot? Am I gonna tank it out? Am I gonna hit 12 damage right here? 1 more hit, come on. Okay, I'm gonna sip. 1 more hit, yeah, that's it. It's done. I used 87 casts of Air Blast, if anyone is curious. In 2004, I'm pretty sure you have to pick only 1 god, And I think you can also only get one cape at a time from that one god. I was reading the update notes on the god capes in OSRS, and in 2016 it says it's now possible to get multiple copies of your chosen god cape, which implies you were only able to get one before. Although it doesn't say on here when they changed it so you can get all three at once, but I'm pretty sure you're able to get all three of the different gods capes at once. I mean, yeah, you are. I know you are. I have all three of the imbued god capes. But I'm going to go with Ceradomin because blue's my favorite color, so let's pray there. And there it is, beautiful on the ground. Can I pray again, or what's it going to say? There is no response. After that, you come over, talk to the Chamber Guardian, and whatever cape you pick, he'll give you a corresponding staff for that cape for free, but any future staves you have to pay for. But this one's on the house. Let's put it on. Best in Slot Mage Cape in 2004. Best in Slot Mage Cape for a long time, actually. Did we ever get a better Mage Cape than this? Like, in OSRS, there wasn't anything better until the Imbued God Capes, was there? So there might never be a better Mage Cape, I think. Maybe I'm forgetting something. But there's the stats, plus 10 Mage Accuracy, plus 10 Mage Defense, and a little bit of extra defense bonuses. This gives you the ability to use the 3 god spells inside the Mage Arena, and you have to cast each one 100 times inside the arena before you're able to use them outside the arena, like for PKing. You use up 2 blood runes per cast, so you would need 600 blood runes, which is very pricey and not something I'm willing to spend right now. So that's something that maybe I can come back to in the future, but not anytime soon. My guy looks pretty badass though. I'm not even wearing wizard robes, it's priest robes, but I didn't even make this outfit on purpose to match, but like it actually matches the black wizard hat really well. I want to have a bit of a chill night tonight, so doing some skilling I haven't done since before members came out, doing some firemaking, which ironically is the opposite of chill. I don't know if I'm even going to get a level. I'm definitely not going to get a level, but this is definitely the new spot for firemaking over Varrock East I was doing before in free-to-play. The stack shrinks to below 60k. I was looking through the high scores before I go to bed, and I wanted to see how many people stopped at exactly level 60 magic. It starts at rank 702 for the lowest person with 60 magic, and it goes all the way down to rank 529. So there's almost 200 people that stopped at 60 mage. Guys, I think I just found someone who's been trying to find me. With there being around 16 worlds, the map being much smaller than OSRS, and most people hanging around the same skilling hotspots, everyone gets to know each other. If you start talking to someone in-game, or meet up with someone on the marketplace, or run agility laps with someone, there's a good chance you're going to run into that same person again within a couple days. It really is a small Gielinor. As you could tell, my firemaking did bleed into the next day, because I'm getting the level as like a total of 4 hours of firemaking. As level 89. It's been nice though, doing firemaking, because I spent the whole day yesterday recording, and I recorded a lot of footage, which meant that I'm ahead of schedule of where I want to be. So this allows me time to do some of the more tedious or higher level skills without having to set back my schedule for uploading an extra day or two. Especially after a long day of recording where I'm constantly thinking and editing as I go and talking all the time. It's nice to do firemaking because it is completely brain dead. Nice way to recharge. Let's get into the questing for today. I want to get the Digsite quest done. I was looking at the requirements for Digsite. You need 10 agility, check. 10 herblore, I'm 1 potion off, so almost check. And then 25 thieving. I got 20 thieving from questing, but besides for the couple quests I did, I've not trained any thieving. And rather than training thieving up to 25, I'm going to quest it up to 25, even though it wouldn't take that long in the first place. The Tribal Totem quest gives an XP reward for thieving. I don't know if it would be enough to get me to 25, but it's a thieving XP reward nonetheless. So I want to do that. However, it requires 21 thieving, and I'm only level 20, so I am going to have to go do a little bit of thieving training on my own. Here we are, the hub of thieving in 2004, and arguably forever, it's always been the hub in RuneScape. Can I thieve this stall right here? Yeah. Piece of silk. First time thieving from a stall. Wow, man, what a throwback. Look at the detail on these market stalls. Here we go, finally. The long grind has come to an end. 21 thieving has been achieved. Let's go do Tribal Totem. I thought I wasn't going to find anything different with this quest because it's its own standalone quest. You don't need it to unlock anything. There's no quest requirements for this. But I did find something. These employees, RPDT employee, and OSRS, They're called GPDT employee. They were changed October of 2018 from RPDT to GPDT. Another fun tidbit in OSRS, after that update in October 2018 where they changed the names, even to this day in the quest log entry, or I guess as of December 2023, maybe even to this day still, it still refers to the GPDT employees as RPDT men and the depot is RPDT. And now I'm wondering, what did RPDT stand for? Because GPDT stands for Gilnor Parcel Delivery Team. Wait, I want to find what the R stood for. I found it on Google right here. Formerly, the Gilnor Parcel Delivery Team, formerly known as Runescape Parcel Delivery Team. Tribal Totem is done. Let's see if it gets me to 25 thieving, please. Nah, 23. Guess we're going back to the silk stall. 24. 44 silks later. There's 25 thieving. You can now pickpocket warriors. There's the different jingle for thieving because I unlocked something new that appeared in the chat box, and that is the thieving requirement knocked out of the way for Digsite. All there's left to do is get level 10 herblore, which I should be able to do by crushing that up, combining those together, and making my first ever potion in 2004. 10 herblore. There's the last requirement for Digsite. I see this person that might be training runecraft. If we check the shop, there's some essence in stock. Should I buy it out? Nah. We are coming up on yet another gate that filled me with wonder as a child. I've got to close it though to really feel the immersion. Just how I felt when I was a kid, never able to get in here. In OSRS, this gate isn't metal, it's wood. It does match the rest of the fence though. But this gate, I think this was my first insight into the existence of members. My first time realizing that there was a world outside of what I already knew. Trying to open it and it saying you have to be on the members server. Oh my gosh, look at all the examiners. They're dressed in purple and they all have the same hairstyle and all the exact clothing. Looks like some kind of cult I've entered. I still love the vibes in 2004 of everything being darker, the textures being more exaggerated. Like this is what it looks like in old school. And I get why they changed things because in a way, everything in 2004 almost feels the same, like it all looks the same retro style. And it's nice to have variety because the variety makes it feel like more of a sandbox, especially when this is all we knew or all people knew in 04. To them, back then, it's probably the same old, boring, everything looks the same. Whereas us from the future, looking back 20 years, we're like, wow, this looks so cool. The grass is always greener or something. The Vrock Museum was a lot smaller back in the day. This is it. What's upstairs? I haven't gone upstairs. I only came here very briefly early on for Shield of Arav. This is it. That's the whole museum. In OSRS, from this bush, you're supposed to find a teddy bear, but in 2004, you find rock sample 3. Instead of finding the special cup from the panning, you get rock sample 2 instead. I need to pickpocket a thing and I keep getting stunned, but the stun timer, it seems so much longer in 2004. We'll definitely test this whenever I go to actually train thieving, but that felt really long, but maybe it's because I'm trying to look for stuff. Here we go. Oh, also, there's the other rock sample instead of the animal skull you're supposed to get. In old school, you can use a cut or an uncut opal for this part of the quest, but she's not taking the uncut opal I have. So I guess in 2004, you do have to bring a cut one. No, I have to go around. There's no gate or entrance up here. In 2004, I have to go all the way south first. And I brought the world map up to double check, and yeah, there's no entrance up here. Looks like the only way in is to go there and all the way back up around. Whoa, I got buttons, but this is before they had the clean option. Old tooth. Nah, bro, this is a Suka tooth. Hey, fun fact about this Arsenia root. This is the same inventory model as Limpert roots in 2004. But in old school RuneScape, to this day, the Arsenia root has the same model it did in 04, so you can see the old Limpert root model in old school RuneScape. Whoa, insane 2004 camera. And for the final step of the quest, I must return the slab. From this quest, I'm going to get 15.3k mining XP, which will not get me a level because I have a pretty high mining already. But you also get 2,000 herblore XP, which at this stage in 2004 Scape, that's a lot of herblore XP. So let's see what level that gets me to. 17. And then you also get 2 quest points. Close that. And there's the pop-up for herblore. Do they still have the thing in 04 where you can use the certificate on the curator to get the reward? Oh wait, because in OSRS, Oh yeah, you do. So you could choose either the chocolate cake for Desert Treasure or the drink. You get the Fruit Blast, which you use for Recipe for Disaster, but neither of those exist yet, so it doesn't really matter. I guess I'll choose the drink. It seems a bit more difficult to get than a chocolate cake. I'm gonna do a little bit more fire making today. Maybe I'll get to level 90. That's 500k XP away, so that'd be like 5 hours of fire making willow logs. Yeah, I may as well do that because I'm already like a day ahead of schedule, so it'll give me time to grind that out. By the way, in terms of fletching, because I haven't started training fletching yet, but if I wanted to do willow all the way up until yew longbows or unstrung yew longbows, that'd be going from like level 35 or 40 all the way up to level 70. And the math on that, or the number of willow logs I would need for that, is about 17k. So as long as I don't fire make to get my stack below 17k-ish, then I'll be good, which I will not be getting the stack below 17k today or in the near future anyways. That would be 17k unstrung willow longbows, by the way. That would not include stringing at all. I am about to hit 5 million firemaking XP. About to get it right here. Level 90 firemaking. My second skill in the 90s now, along with woodcutting. That ended up taking 6 hours rather than 5 hours, so I guess instead of getting 100k XP per hour like I thought, I'm not, ooh, must be for me. I'm probably getting closer to like 85k XP per hour, which means I'm burning just under 1k willows per hour. You'll never guess what I'm doing. I'm still fire making. And the stack of willow logs shrinks even further. It's now below 50k. I like to keep my Highscores page open from in the morning, and I was just looking back and forth between this morning and now. I saw the page kind of move up a little bit, and I saw that that's because I got ranked for herblore. I wasn't even ranked for herblore before, but now I am. Good morning. I've been doing a bit of chopping today as I've been waking up, and we got to take one final look at the Highscores. I haven't gained any levels since I went to bed, and I was ranked 91. After waking up, I'm now ranked 99. Top 100 is still very competitive, and I'm pretty close to being pushed out of it. My firemaking is rank 5, and I was taking a closer look at it. Look at that massive gap. The top 3 people have 99, and then it goes all the way down to 91. There's no one in between. So typically, if people get to 91, or around 90-ish, they seem to go straight to 99, but not me. I will not be going straight to 99. I'm going to be doing a little bit every day, or maybe not every day, but whenever the urge strikes, I'll do an hour or two here and there. There is another thing I wanted to mention about getting the God Cape, or it's about mini quests in general. In 2004, let me sort these by release date. There's only 2 mini quests. It's just the Bar Crawl and Mage Arena 1. And there's no list of mini quests in the quest list, which isn't really necessary when there's only 2 of them, but especially because of the fact you can't check your progress anyways, but even if you could check your progress, there wouldn't really be a need to, because with Mage Arena 1, you just go in there and immediately do it. And with the Bar Crawl, you check the Bar Crawl card and it shows you your progress right on there, and you have to have it on you to do the Bar Crawl in the first place. So there wasn't even a need to have a mini quest list. I may as well wear the cape while I'm chopping. It doesn't weigh much and it looks really cool. One final update on the stack of magic logs is up to 639, which should be 639k. Let me look up the price right now. I have the marketplace up on the side. People are buying them for a bit over 900. People are selling them for 1k or slightly under 1k. I always like to maybe slightly underestimate, so I could say this is maybe 600k worth of magic logs. It feels a bit weird training firemaking because it sort of artificially inflates my XP on the Highscores because it's such a fast skill. It feels like cheating putting so much time into firemaking, but getting a bunch of fast XP now means that later on I'm going to have to gain slower XP by doing the slower skills. But I am going to call it a video here. This is a video here. I'm also going to wrap up the video now. So here's what the stats are looking like. That little bit of thieving I did got me hyped up to train thieving, so I'm thinking next video I'm going to focus on training thieving. But yeah, with that said, thank you very much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you have a great day, and I hope to see you again next time with more adventures in 2004.